Greetings, family. Sending you love, sending you harmony, sending you happiness, sending you stillness, sending you life force energy. Beaming through the tensor ring. I felt to come on here and to speak about what I feel is the most important topic on this earth right now. And that is the direction of energy. We will begin from the I am. The I am that I am is another name for us. The being, the silence, the consciousness. This is our real self. And this self is the same self that is the animating force, the power of all beings. It is the light of awareness that comes before any form. This I am is the presence of God. So we are God. This I of awareness is the Creator itself, and we are all one. Okay, so knowing this is being it prior to the arising of the mind or the thoughts. Basically, this beingness is always being. It's never thinking. It's simply the space, the substratum, the screen in which the mind's images, the projection appears to, and us as awareness will see these images, and there is always us as awareness that is observing, is witnessing these infinite arrivals or manifestations of words and visualizations and all of these different thought forms that are constantly happening if you put your attention on them. Well, the key to happiness and freedom is all about where we direct our attention, which is love or light or our energy, our life force. This is the most valuable prize in all of the universes because it is immortal and actually can never be touched. It is untouchable, it is invincible, invisible. It is everything and nothing at the same time, beyond time. And as we sit here, in the silence, all there is the self. All there is consciousness. And then what happens is that thoughts will start to rise up. they'll shoot up like popcorn. And depending on what we identify with, or we could say misidentify with, is in a sense what we believe to be true, or what we believe to be real, when in fact no thoughts are real. The real self is the awareness that we are and forever will be. Okay, so now that we know this, let's talk about creation. And what do you want to create? What do you want to bring to the world that you inhabit? How we create is through two things. We create through thought, and we create through feeling. In combination, these are the two creative principles of life. And our life force as its being is just really, in a sense, waiting or abiding as angelic awareness to give life to where we hold our thought, and that feeling that is in correspondence with the thought, the electrical and the magnetic. The thoughts are dualistic, and there's a polarity to the mind, seemingly. And basically the emotion, it has to correspond with the thought. If, in the sense of, if you're trying to, let's say something simple, you're trying to eat tonight, and you got to go get groceries, or maybe you're going to order food. The thought has to come first. In which restaurant I'm going to be thinking about, am I getting Indian food? Am I getting Greek food? Am I getting sushi? Specifically, if you live in a city, you have all of these options. And so the mind can go to all of its heights and widths to come up with, what I'm going to eat tonight. And so the thought it's got to be there, right? And so this life force is just donating its energy to me infinitely, this infinite supply. And so it's all about really what I'm thinking, and therefore what I'm feeling with it. And the state of neutrality, the middle way, it's almost this inner peace, this unshakable rock that you never really get moved into the highs and the lows of the mind's activities. When you're not identified with it as you, but you're simply utilizing it as a tool for creation from the I am, knowing that the I am is the heart of all and is the hub, the loving kindness hub of the universe. First you find out that that's what you are, and then basically it's your choice. You've found out who you are, your consciousness. you are that. So what do you want to create? And so the direction of energy is extremely important, right? Because where we direct our energy, our I am, is what we create within thought and feeling. I'll give you an example. I am the power of divine love acting in my life. I give all praise to my mighty I am presence. In gratitude and honor, I thank thee for giving me this life. And may I manifest perfection, unity, wholeness, happiness, creative joy into my world, all of my brothers and my sisters' worlds, because I am. And so right now I'm in this very calm state. The calm poise is a good word. And so we want to have a calm poise about us when we're manifesting. It's like, you're just chilling. And a thought comes, it's like, oh wow. Oh, I want to make a tensor ring. Or I want to make some orgone. Or I want to read. Or I want to, do some rife. Or I want to pray to my water. Or I want to nap. Or I want to make pasta for my beloved and I. It's all this play, this dance from this calm poise, knowing that we are all one and that I am the universe. So whatever I'm creating, I'm manifesting onto this earth, and therefore I'm basically shifting everything. And so every thought, every action, it matters. And I don't feel that we take that in as much as we could, is that your existence and where you direct your energy could shift a universe that's billions of light years away based on something that you think right now, and then what action you take. And that's a lot of power. So what if we apply that power into healing? What if we go like this? I am. Whatever we couple this I am statement with is what we are creating. And basically, we're setting into motion, being God in action, awareness, the I am in action, which is in thought and feeling. Whatever, that's what we're creating. So I am the resurrection. I am the life. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the infinite supply. I am the riches of God pouring into my hands and my use. And saying this with the calmness, the certainty that you are the I am. Whatever you declare, whatever you command will indeed manifest. This is a law of the universe. So we know this. Or you could just sit back and be. Just be, and everything will just happen around you. But if you want to make a positive change, right? Gandhi, be the change you wish to see. Gandhi was taking a lot of action, wasn't he? Gandhi was a sage. And there's sages like Ramana Maharshi, who was more of a silent teacher. Didn't seemingly do much, but his aura, his field of energy was so powerful. The self was just pouring through him because he knew that he was God. And he was a more, surrender and inquire. When there's also the other side of liberation, which is application. And there were times when Ramana would tell his devotees to go and repeat some mantra, or maybe go and meditate, or depending on what the self was channeling in that moment. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the self. And so these are important as well, because that statement is simply reminding us of who we really are. And so I feel that it's impossible to not think. I feel that thinking is natural, but it's all about the self-mastery and the self-control over thought and feeling. And so always standing on guard as the I am, and making sure that you're not giving your life force to negativity or illusion or manipulation or control or separation. And we call this the egoic mind, right? The ego is not inherently a negative thing, right? If we call the ego the mind, or the thoughts a synonym, it's like, oh, I can have extremely positive thoughts. Like, I can hold a thought and I actually have the power to project love from my heart, which is my consciousness, to any being in the universe. I can hold an image of you in mind, and that knowing that life force is that love power, that if I hold you in mind with the intention and sending you prayers and healing affirmations and holding you in the light, not only are you being positively affected in quantum entanglement, but I am as well, because we are one. And so, whatever you do to your neighbor, you do to yourself. And yeah, it's interesting. This journey here is very interesting, because I came from these teachings of non-duality. Like I mentioned, Sri Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, teachers like Nisargadatta Maharaj. That's just a couple examples of teachers that I've studied. But I'm now tapping into the I Am discourses. And something about this one is very powerful, because it's talking about the thought and the feeling. When with Ramana and Nisargadatta's teaching, it was, in a sense for me, more about just abiding and kind of staying put in that state of just being the self, which is just being as you are. But either way, I was creating, and I was painting, making music, and that naturally the manifestation of creation is happening, because why would the creator create if it wasn't for manifestation? And so we are an individualization of that one infinite creator, and we are made to be creators. So what do you want to create? And so we'll go through a little more detailed process right now. I brought up the simple example of going and getting food. But it's like, what if I wanted to create something grand, something that would have such a positive effect on people's lives. It would make people's lives smoother. It would make people realize who they are. What would I create? And so we have this beautiful mind to work with, and we can create with our mind through our mind's eye. And we can heal actually through our mind. Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's many beings that are walking out of wheelchairs at his retreats. That is happening now. Blind people seeing, deaf people hearing. Miracles that are happening through this mighty I Am presence that is very present and prevalent at these Dr. Joe Dispenza retreats, because the field of energy that is being created by all these beings meditating at one time is so powerful. The energy, frequency, vibration is so high that there's all this energy to heal with. And they're not really doing anything but sitting there and meditating and utilizing the mind, knowing that we can affect our chemistry of our body. We can do all these wild, amazing experiments with our body by simply meditating, changing our DNA with our mind. And as long as we're feeling calm, whatever we hold in mind, we can bring into manifestation. And that's where this precipitation comes from. And I've actually had some really cool experiences in my life recently that this is the truth, that we do not have to go outside of ourselves and fight to get what we want. We can simply lay back and know that we are one with everything, and that whatever I put out is what will come back to me. So to stand on guard is to be aware of everything that goes through your body mind, and to qualify your reality with goodness, with happiness, with perfection, with love, with kindness, with divinity. I am divine love in action. I am this mighty presence. And then you can just sit back, and when you want to create, you utilize the mind. You never let the mind utilize you. So we'll do a little exercise together. Knowing that we are the I Am, starting from this place, let's create something together. I'm going to hold a thought in my mind and a feeling in my heart, and we're going to put that out into the quantum field together. If you've made it with me to the end of this video. We're going to visualize the earth wrapped in a green light, and we're going to feel gratitude and love in our heart and extend that to the world. And that, my friends, is creation. You are wielding the mighty power, the sword of truth, the scepter. This video is a call for you to step in to your truth and to your power, and to bring unity consciousness onto this earth with every thought, every action. I would suggest this book, the I Am Discourses. You can shoot me a message if you desire and you resonate and you feel that you are ready to fully accept yourself as a manifestation of the divine being and the creator of reality. Leaving you in the love and light. I have a thought to go work on some pasta right now. We're gonna have some dinner, so I'm gonna put my I am energy into the pasta.